My name is Conway, and I've just broken the world record for cycling across Europe. I quit photography because I dreamt that photography was going to make me travel the world. I thought photography really was going to be my passport to traveling the world. But unfortunately, I then got caught up in the rat race in London photographing school portraits. Remember school photo day? Yeah, that was me, that photographer. And eventually, after photographing 10,000 kids a year for nearly a decade, I turned 30 and just thought, you know what? Like, I am not traveling at all. Like, my life was going from my flat to the studio and back every day. So I sold my business for £1. I then spent £4 framing the pound, so that's minus £3 to start off with. And just thought, right, I need to go traveling, but couldn't afford it. So I thought, well, if I break a world record, maybe I'll get a sponsor. That was literally the thought process. I had no track record, I had no skill, I had no fitness, but I was hungry, I was hungry for it. So yeah, 2012 I entered the round the world bike race and eventually scraped some money together and started my new life. So the 3Fs, it came into my life in 2008, nearly 10 years ago, when I heard about the Gethin Butler's Land's End John O'Groats cycling world record, and that was the fastest. And I thought, right, well, in the world of endurance, it's all about the 3Fs, a world's first, a world's furthest, and a world's fastest. And I just dreamt, like, it was like my biggest ambition, like, can I get a world record in each of those Fs as 3 separate significant events? I think I'm the world's fastest man on a bamboo bike at the moment, which doesn't count, so it's got to be a proper one. And yeah, so those are the 3Fs, and it all started way back in 2008. And when I cycled Land's End John O'Groats, after knowing Gethin Butler's record of 44 hours, I thought, right, how close can I get to it? I knew I never was going to break it. I didn't have a bicycle at the time, but I thought, how close can I get to 44 hours? It took me 25 days. So not close at all, as it turned out. But I was hungry. I got the passion for it back then. So since 2011, when I sold my business for £1 and had this new goal of the 3Fs, I've just gone full tilt. And my first attempt was a world's fastest. I tried to break the world record for cycling around the world. Unfortunately, that didn't go to plan. I got run over in America, which ended my world record attempt, sadly. So that was, one of my fastest attempts failed. I then came back and refocused my energy on a world's first, and I came up with the idea of swimming Land's End to John O'Groats, swimming the length of Britain, which no one had been done before. That one I achieved. It took 4.5 months of misery, and it's actually why I grew this beard, and I think everyone knows this now, but I'm going to tell the story again because I love it. It's because I kept getting stung in the face by jellyfish, and the beard literally stopped the tentacles touching my skin. And I will also tell people, again, what doesn't fix jellyfish stings, and that's to pee on it. Don't let anyone do that to you if you get stung on the face. It's really embarrassing. So I'd finished Land's End John O'Groats swim, got a world's first. I then got into running because I knew I wanted to do a really long triathlon, and I thought, well, maybe the triathlon could be my world's furthest. However, I'd never run anywhere. Like, I ran a bath once, like that was about it. So I thought, right, let me get into running. So I thought I'd run Land's End John O'Groats to finish off the length of Britain triathlon. So again, it took me 2 attempts, failed the first one. Second one, did it. Wasn't by any means groundbreaking, took me 44 days, the record's 9 days, but I had a really amazing time doing all the trails and all that sort of thing, so that was great. Now that I had running experience to some degree, I thought, right, now I can maybe do a long triathlon. So in 2016, I did the world's longest triathlon, 4,200 mile triathlon, which took me 85 days, eventually completed that, and had ticked the second F. And I was like 2 out of 3. So, all right, got to go for the third F, got to go for a world's fastest. I'd failed the round the world one. So I decided to enter the Route 66 bike race, fastest person to cycle Route 66. And yeah, it was going well, was in the lead after 24 hours, battling with second and third as well. It was really exciting, and unfortunately got injured on day 4. which put me out of the running. So I limped home and just thought, well, this is it, you know, maybe the cycling's not my thing. And then thought of the Europe Cycling World Record in 2017 and went off, had a crack at that. Thought, right, I'm going to smash this one. And again, got injured, day 4 again. I always get injured at the beginning. So yeah, by the end of 2017, I was 36 years old, and I just thought, well, you know, maybe I just didn't start cycling early enough. I don't have the experience. I'm not fit enough. And I was almost going to put that third F to bed for a while and just think of something else. And then actually I thought, you know what? Come on, I got to have one more crack. So this year, only a month ago, well, 2 months ago now, I finished a month ago, I went off for my second attempt at the Across Europe Cycling World Record, and finally, it all came together. In 24 days, 18 hours, and I can't remember how many minutes, I crossed the finish line, having broken the record by 9 hours in the end, which is quite close actually. In 25 days, it is quite close. But I've now got the Fs. I've got all 3 Fs, so I guess I can retire and go back to photographing kids, I guess. I need to do these things. I have to do them. I didn't push my bar high enough in photography. I settled for the easy stuff, so having the 3 Fs as a goal has just been my oxygen and my reason to get out of bed each day. I'm still on a bit of a buzz, and I'm still really fatigued and really tired from Europe, so I haven't recovered. So I don't know how I'm going to deal with now having done them, because now I've kind of, there's a huge 10 years of my life is now ticked. It's like, well, you've done it now, Sean. So yeah, come back and ask me in a month's time, and who knows how I'm going to feel. But I've got loads of other ideas, and I guess it'd be nice to have another World's Fastest as a running event, because, you know, I got a world's first in the swim, a world's fastest in a cycle. It'd be nice to have a running event. So I don't know, Cairo to Cape Town run, but I might do that when I'm retired. I experience a lot of lows. In fact, I'm pretty low for most of it, actually. It's pretty miserable. How did I overcome it? Well, I mean, the idea of quitting and going home, that scenario is always far more miserable than being a bit tired and hungry and cold and wet, you know, because the tired and the hunger and the cold and the pain and all that goes away eventually. But the practicality of going, right, I'm giving up. Oh, right, well, I'm in the middle of Russia now. I'll go get to an airport, you know, you get there and there's no bike box, and then there's no bike shop, and then, you know, you've actually landed up giving yourself more pain and stress than if you'd just carried on cycling anyway. So yeah, I always think whenever I do have doubts, which you do, or you always do when you're tired, your brain plays tricks on you, I always think, well, actually giving up puts me in a actually worse situation than I'm in now. So I then tend to carry on going. Yeah, you have to have a strong mind, otherwise, you know, you'll never get to the start line, to be honest. And I don't think I have a particular strong mind, but I apply my recipe for life. There's 3 ingredients I think everyone needs to add to their life: resilience, level-headedness, and madness. And you can choose which degree of each ingredient you can add to your life. But whatever you do, whatever you want to do in life, add those 3 things, and I think you'll find more fulfillment and probably achieve them as well. My ultimate high, that's like choosing a favorite kid. Like, I don't know. So the round the world cycle, well, my Land's End to John O'Groats cycle, the really slow one, will always be in my memory as one of the thing that got me into this, you know. So I always have a soft spot for that. But then my round the world bike ride was the first proper big one. My swim, you know, doing a world's first is a whole new level of difficulty because you've got no one to ask for advice. You kind of just got to make it up as you go along. But then this Europe cycle, the world's fastest, has taken me 10 years, 60,000 miles on the bike, 3 failed attempts to achieve. So they all have their own little special thing. So I don't know if I could choose. I think each one is uniquely special. Yes, correct answer. What's next? Sleep. The world record for sleep, is that a thing? There must be a record. I don't know. I've got lots of ideas, but they shall remain top secret for now.